Inflation in Brazil is out of control.
Prices are being remarked on a daily basis.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's March 1990.
The Brazilian government has just announced it will be freezing
all our savings accounts.
We simply cannot trust our government anymore.
Many Brazilians are now leaving the country for better opportunities.
Excuse me, what's this that you're using?
A computer. You can talk to it. Just need to learn its language.
Hey, you look a bit different.
Are you also taking the coding classes?
Yeah, I guess.
The Byzantine general's problem, consensus. One of the greatest barriers for creating decentralized systems.
Mom, I'm trying to send you some money, but the fees are too high.
That class made me think, could money be decentralized?
Many have tried before, but never got to a truly trustless and secure system.
You can't trust someone that didn't put the work into it. I think we can solve this.
But be careful when mixing computers and money. You have to ensure it is hard money, grounded in reality.
Reports are coming in about a mortgage crisis caused by irresponsible bank lending.
It's happening again.
But this time, it will be different.
You bet it will. We will need to run away.
It will only work if I disappear.
You have a serious issue with trust.
I don't trust them. I verify.
Wow.
Boom.
Oh.
Man, I tell you what, those AI movie intros, man, those trailers, they look great. I tell you what. Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back.
Man, we got a good one for you tonight, Brawnz. Welcome back. And of course, the man with the plan, the man who needs no introduction, the most interesting guy I know. His passport requires no photograph. You tell us why that is, Brawnz. Tell us. I'd like to know. Brawnz, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Man, I tell you, it's been one heck of a week, one wild ride. The market has been tanking. Love it. I love it. It's a perfect time to be buying.
Calm before the storm.
That's it. I agree. The storm, I think the question is, are we going to go ahead and keep on dipping down, or are we going to keep on, rebounding from here? But we're going to be talking about that. We'll be getting into that just a little bit. Of course, we're going to start off by saying none of what we ever say tonight or any night is ever financial advice. So make sure you're doing your own research there, folks. Of course, though, before we get started, we want you to, if you wouldn't mind, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Every little bit helps there. We do appreciate that. And tonight we'll be getting into Bitcoin chart as per the norm, going into the granddaddy, see what's going on, and maybe a little bit into the whys behind all the red that's in the charts at the moment. We will be covering MasterCard. This is a big deal. They're launching a crypto credit card and partnering with Mercurio, which is a European on-ramp company. So we'll be talking about that. I feel like we're going to see more and more of that moving forward. What do you think, Brawnz? You think that's the future?
That is the
Visa.
It's going to be the norm.
Yeah, I agree for sure. More and more of that. Now, not a whole heck of a lot as far as news. There's a lot of political news going on that's kind of touching into our space. We're going to go ahead and just avoid that for the moment. I think Brawnz and we talked about this. We're going to have one full episode just chock full of all that and make sure we talk about both sides just to keep that even and keep it real. So, yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, we're going to be wrapping it up, talking about some of the weirdest inventions out there. Of course, we like to wrap it up with a little bit of evergreen from time to time and be talking about some of those weird inventions that are actually out there on the market that you can get. And I'm looking forward to that. So, Brawnz, what do you say?
Yes.
I'm going to get right into the chart.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Are you sure?
No. We'll see, right? We'll see.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Let me know that you see that okay here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get this to the 4 hour so we're seeing it. a little bit better here. And oh Lord, I'm gonna have to really pull this out here. Now, feels a lot worse than I think that it really is when you zoom it out, and I think that's important to note. Um, we've been kind of going a little bit sideways, realistically. If you take a look at this, I'm gonna actually blow it out to the daily, just so we can get a good picture of where we are. This is still, we're still in very much a consolidation phase. If we were to box this out, um, our the top of our box is right around 73. Bottom of the box is right on that first, well, this first level right here, 51,000. I don't know that we're going to actually see those levels, but that's kind of where these zones of resistance and support are, at least in our current consolidation phase. And we've been kind of up and down in between that, even going back to, was this July 4th or so? Seems like every holiday weekend here in the States, we seem to dip down pretty good and then with a quick rebound. And we're continuing to do that. Now, are we starting to compress here? I think that remains to be seen. A lot of folks have been talking about this cup and handle. The more that we pull this out, the less that this cup and handle is valid. But I think that realistically, we could continue to pull it out and we still have some time here, folks. And the rebound would be fairly significant all the way up to the call it 110, 120 range. We're actually making a call right now of 137. So that's breakout up to 137. If we can validate this cup and handle and take from there. Now, if we were taking a look at that chart on the daily candles, I would say that realistically we're at a bounce point and it could just continue to get us higher. And at this point, we would be looking at a potential breakout before, call it mid-October. Brawnz, what do you think? This thing going to go ahead and continue to go sideways? We got some bad news forecasted on the economic front, but I suppose gold has always been a safe haven. One would wonder if this is the digital gold, is this maybe going to be another safe haven, which just sends us to the damn moon?
There we go. Yes, I mean, they say historically speaking, crypto and Bitcoin. I guess September is not a good month for the space, but this year could be really different, given the fact with the ETF inflows and the election year. It might deviate that from the historic numbers, right? Historical numbers. But I believe, yes. What I'm saying, what I think right now for the short term, we're going to be going sideways for a while. We might have some little bit of pumps here and there, maybe later in September. But my prediction is things are going to really heat up towards the end of October and beginning of November, and we might hit that handle up there.
Yeah, I think there's certain things to consider. One of those things, let me go ahead and pull this up here. We're not too far out now. Let me just stop sharing that screen and we'll share another here. So this is on X. This is at Brett_ETH. If you haven't checked this guy out, definitely a good guy to follow. Solid facts. I love the fact that he pulls up charts here. He's indicating that we are roughly, this was maybe a few days ago, 15 days away from the first rate cut in the cycle. Now that has kind of significant repercussions over time when you take a look at the impacts every time we've hit. Now, why are we talking about this? What does the Fed rate cut have to do with the crypto space? Realistically, the crypto space mimics the traditional markets. And if we're going to get a potential cut here coming up, we could see a potential explosion up high. And There's this guy is saying, and if you were to take a look at it based off the chart down below, um, on average for 25 days after the Fed rate cuts, it basically pumped, followed by an average of a 13th month sell off. So a significant pump immediately when the Fed rate gets called, and you can play the market for that for short term, but understand that then there was this slow bleed over a 13th month period. And if you take a look at the cycles that he has called out here, 1981, 1990, 2000, 2007, this is what we saw, and it indicates it down here below. So you could see Fed rate cut, there's this pump, and then depending on the year, a fairly quick decline, sharp decline, followed by a few rebounds, but essentially slow bleed. Now,
So
that's
it'll be
near
a
term.
like judging by this, I see like if they cut it or when they cut it,
Yep.
we get a big up tick on the market, and then it'll kind of drag kind of down over time. Looks like for the next 2 years, 2026.
That's what at least historic charts are telling us. Could it be different this time? Sure. Could be. I mean, we have a lot more. We're much more international as far as a global economy in previous years, decades, right? Since this last happened. And on top of it, now we're moving towards a digital currency, which is huge. We could be moving away from the US dollar, and we could be moving towards a dollar backed by Bitcoin. There's a lot of other things that could send this in a different direction. It's massive. So,
Oh man, that'd be exciting.
yeah, exciting for sure. I think that is going to be amazing. We talking about an interesting time to be alive. This is it right here. We're watching history in the making. Absolutely. We got some more history numbers here, though, don't we, Brawnz? You got some numbers for September?
I don't have the numbers for September.
Let me see if I can find it. I know that I feel like I saved those. Give me a second here.
Let's see.
And this is historic numbers. Bear
I have
with me.
one article
Bear
here.
with us.
Historically, September has been a challenging month for Bitcoin, often characterized by negative returns since 2011. It has been the only month to average a negative return, with a total monthly return of approximately a negative 70% from 2009 to 2023.
Well, there it is. Yeah. Like to get a chart for you guys to see that, but essentially what Brawn's saying here is September traditionally sucks. And if we were to kind of put them over year for Bitcoin, you see a lot more red for the month of September. There's got to be a chart. I'm sure I can find one. Here we go. Didn't take all that long. Bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So,
Man, but you saying that, just the idea of the dollar being backed by Bitcoin, that is,
yeah, as a national reserve, heck yeah, holy moly. And
happen too. It could happen.
I don't want to see the T word because it seems like the T word is everywhere. Okay, we'll call it out. Trump
There you
is
go.
man, he is preaching that big time. So we'll have to see if it plays out. If it plays out, I mean,
Yeah.
if he even gets office.
What I also like about that idea, I know I don't want to get too much into it, but paying down the debt, the national debt, that's very enticing to me.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. It would just strengthen the dollar overall.
Oof,
So
I can see it.
yeah.
But, okay.
That's it. Now, take a look at the chart here. You'll see this is the fifth one from the right, the month of September. You got a lot of red historically, starting 2024 at the top, and then this tracks all the way back down to 2013. And out of those years, there were only 3 months of the month of September, over the three years rather, in the month of September, where they were green, and they were not significantly green. 2023 green 3.91%. 2016 just over 6%. 2015 was at 2.35%. Massive 2.35%. Amazing. I don't know. I think that we'll have to see how it plays out. Doesn't mean that we are going to have a red month. I think historically that's what it looks like, but you never know. Doesn't mean that we don't have a huge green month. Something could happen. Some kind of catalyst could send this thing to the damn moon. So,
amen to that.
Yeah, for sure.
It could.
I think we're all waiting for that to happen. I think we've all been waiting for that to happen since the ETF started to get, bought up.
Right.
Now,
yeah, that's the factor. That's kind of the with the big institutions coming in, that it really changes the whole trajectory. I mean, of course, people are still going to follow the TA, the charts, but yeah, this is a whole. I still believe it's a whole different ball game.
absolutely. There's no question. This time feels different. We've Brawnz and I have been in this game for quite a while, and it feels different. This is one of the first elections here in the States where Bitcoin is an important talking piece, and I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
Now, talking about another reason why we've been seeing kind of red across the board here. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
Mount Gox still selling off.
Well, and that's what it is, right? So now this was the third at the end of the day, and so called on Tuesday, it was 1 trillion that was wiped out of the U.S. stock market. So, and we saw a significant dump. Now that trend has continued over the past 2 days. Even today, the Dow and S&P, NASDAQ was all down, all red. I think there's just a lot of concerns about inflation continuing, the potential whether or not a Fed cut is coming, and we also have some concerns regarding a potential recession. All numbers kind of pointing to it, which is why a lot of folks are spooked. Waiting to see if maybe we're going to be trying to find bottom in the near future. I don't know. I'm positive. I think it's an election year, and we're too close to the elections for the markets to turn for the worst. If it does, it's just bad news for the Democrats.
Right. I am surprised. I feel like the anticipation is, I mean, it's not official, but the anticipation is the Fed rates is going to be cut. But we're not seeing it reflecting on that market. The market sentiment is not reflecting that.
I think all things being equal, it makes sense at this point that the Fed rates are cut. Now, Trump doesn't want that to happen because, and he said straight up, now's not the time, do it after elections. Of course he wants it after elections, because that would then just cement the fact that it's just that they can keep that narrative that the economy is not doing that well. We see an uptick, and that the opposition is going to tout that. I think the reality of it is, well, we all need a little bit of a break. The inflation just seems crushing to the individual and to families alike. So we need some positivity here, regardless of whether or not we're in an election year. Election year be damned.
Right. Boom.
Now,
100%.
we had that. We also had that AI for Satoshi at the beginning, and I tell you what, that the AI trailers, movie trailers, are looking pretty darn amazing. They're not automatic, and you still have to put some time and effort into generating those. I found it interesting though today, just kind of keying off of that. I saw this, and I saw this quite a few times on X. Now, I'm not saying that this is real, but I do find it interesting that this is trending. Uh, this was today, and it was this afternoon, just a few hours ago. Breaking: Satoshi came back after 13 years with a Bitcoin message, and we've been seeing a lot of this. I don't know. I would be absolutely gobsmacked, and I would think that if he came back and he is still alive, that after 13 years, he's has something a little bit better to say than what he says here. I created
Yeah.
Bitcoin to protect your money from governments, but you, mofos, panic selling my Chad when fiat is making new lows. You must be joking. Effing clowns. F
You know,
you.
it's
I just
oh
it
yeah,
doesn't even sound like. Yeah.
off that yeah, I'm 99% sure. Yeah, that's not him or whatever. Because I believe his whole ideal for Bitcoin was just a peer-to-peer system, not for it to pump to like $50,000 per Bitcoin. Uh, him saying Chad and all that. That's just that.
Yeah, I
talk.
agree. I agree.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, peer-to-peer, decentralized. That was his vision, his or her vision.
That was
initially.
part of it, right? Take the power out of the hands of the government, because the government can't seem to control themselves, especially after what he witnessed back in 2007, or a lot of us on here had witnessed on back in 2007 during the last economic crash. One would call it a depression, but I think they were calling it the Great Recession. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, moving along.
Interesting though. I like it's
Interesting. Yeah. I guess that's what's nice about X, and what's also not quite nice about X. Yeah, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, but got to make sure you're really doing your own research and don't take everything you see on X as gospel. God bless Elon and for all his wisdom and buying back our freedom of speech, regardless of which country you are. Sorry, Brazil, North Korea.
Yeah.
Funny that I said Brazil and North Korea in the same sentence, but man, got to
Yeah.
get those VPN connections down in Brazil now.
There you go. So John, ever since Elon took over Twitter X, I mean, have you seen improvement, or is it pretty much still like the same? It's steady.
I mean, for me, and yeah, I feel like I live on X,
As
but
many people too.
initially there was problems, right? So we saw slowness, we saw uh, even it going offline briefly, coming back online a few times.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
Bots became rampant. It became worse. We started to see when they did the interview between Elon Musk and Trump, DDoS attacks,
Right.
and not being able to handle those type of attacks. I think that does the infrastructure overall need to be a little bit more robust? Yes, there's no question. But does it require the sheer amount of resources that it once had? All the people out over there in San Francisco. Thank you for bringing it to Texas, by the way. Bring all your companies this way, brother.
Yeah.
We'd love to have every single one of you. Now,
Mhm.
do we see improvements? Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
then, of course, you have Grok with AI. And now there's talks about a free email and search engine that he's going to be implementing. And let's not forget that Twitter has slowly and is slowly transforming into a video platform.
Mhm.
In fact, you may be probably watching us here on X. Now, not to say that YouTube or any of that's going away, but why not? If anyone is going to try to take over for some of the other big boys out there, named Google, seems to have the market cornered in a lot of those spaces. Well, I think Elon's the guy. We'll see.
Oh, we forgot to mention about potential payments system through X.
Not potential. Shoot, he's running and gunning for it. It's just not quite a reality just yet. 23, 24 plus states he's applied for and got approval for those. He's just waiting for the rest to basically, well, get passed. Yeah, that's massive. Basically, an online bank. And if you integrate some kind of digital currency, there it is.
X having its own wallet.
Either that or leveraging existing. All right. Obviously, he's a big fan of Doge. Let me see. I think I had a picture here somewhere. There he is, Doge. One more time. Doge. Could be Doge. He seems to love that coin. But I don't know. Could be Ethereum. Could be something on Ethereum. Could be something we don't know. Could be its own, right? But I think that it would make sense to use something a little bit more mainstream.
So, do you think Elon is a fan of Doge because it's also decentralized? It basically was a meme towards Bitcoin.
I think it's not controlled like Bitcoin. I think that it is secure. All things aside, you can't hack it. You can't duplicate it. I feel like it makes sense. There's enough currency of it to go around. And if everyone had it in their pockets, it could reach that magical $1 mark.
A lot of the 95%ers knows about Doge, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah. Well, but
they
honestly,
know Doge more than Bitcoin, actually. I mean,
I think it's possible, but I feel like Bitcoin is more likely, and we could be trading in sats as opposed to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're buying a house for a Bitcoin, you're buying a car for Bitcoin, but maybe you're buying a candy bar with sats, right? Which is a fraction of a Bitcoin. And that's what you're seeing in these other countries that are embracing it. They're buying things with their sats. So the problem is it's just too damn volatile. Once it hits that, call it the magic numbers, 10 trillion, 100 trillion, it'll start to stabilize because no one single entity can make it shift up and down dramatically, just like gold. And then you have these smaller movements. I don't know though that I still don't know that I agree with Bitcoin being used as a currency. I think that it makes sense that there's value there. And I think that it still makes sense that we treat it like a digital gold and we leverage the backbone of Ethereum for transactions moving forward or the like. But Ethereum has been around for a while, tried and true. And talk about hardened from a security standpoint. Yeah, it's slow. It's going to take you a few seconds for a transaction, but maybe even a minute. But the reality is, when you're trading fiat on traditional markets, that transaction takes days.
Yeah.
So,
yes, I mean Ethereum. Speaking of Ethereum, man, it's 10 years old.
10 years happy old. Birthday. Yeah, double digits. I love it. Anyways, all right. So let's talk a little bit more about mainstream.
Yeah.
So we had this actually came out today. Let me know when you see that there.
Mm-hmm.
MasterCard launches crypto card enabling users to spend 100 million in European merchants. Basically, MasterCard partners up with the on-ramp company Mercurio. And this is I think we're going to see a lot more of this. MasterCard, the payments giant, has announced a partnership with Mercurio to launch a euro-denominated crypto debit card, allowing users to spend crypto from self-custody wallets.
What is this? I need to make sense of this.
It's essentially they're bridging the gap. You got a MasterCard in your wallet. You want to go ahead and attach your crypto wallet to it? No problem. Go ahead and go to your call it Web 2 site, wherever it is. Let's say you use Chase, and all you need to do is when it's available, if it's available on your specific card, you connect your digital wallet. It's another way to on ramp to an existing credit card.
So if
By
I
the
have
way,
a MetaMask, because I see they're supporting it as well, like
yep,
a digital wallet. I have a MetaMask. I can link this
you link
Mastercard,
it.
and I can just pay and purchase
Yeah,
crypto. And I wonder. I mean, is it basically right now? It's on ramp,
it's
but
an on ramp.
not really talking about too much about off ramp as of yet.
I think it's like this. You have to pay your credit card off somehow, right? And you typically have it connected to your traditional banks for fiat transfers so that you can pay off your MasterCard bills. I think that the difference is that you're, instead of having something that is a custodial firm, Chase, Chase Bank, etc., you're using self custody. You are the bank.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I could see they're making their money through fees, right? Every the transactions, but yeah, it's like seeing. I mean, I always believed this would innovate, this would come, but yeah, just seeing it still kind of amazes me now. Like you having like institutions like Mastercards supporting self custody wallets.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And it's just
listen,
making it easier for them to do business.
MasterCard, and a lot of people don't know this, MasterCard and Visa have been working with the Ethereum Foundation since 2017, trying to find the best way. And it makes sense when you have someone like Visa trying to find the best, cheapest way to have transactions occur. You don't need all these servers. It's on chain. You'll be able to extract, basically extract all of that data on off chain or off the chain. And they'll have to do that because they're that layer on top of the blockchain. Blockchain would be base. And then, of course, they're pulling off the transactions. And this is a way for us users of crypto to plug in our wallets that are on chain into this Web 2 interface. They don't need to create the blockchain. The blockchain already exists. But by doing so, you're telling them what your wallet address is. So that's, it's always that there was always this bit of anonymous factor by having the wallets. Well, how does the government know which wallet's yours? Well, this is one way of doing it. Now, this is, I feel like, a natural progression.
Yes.
Self-custody. I have my own wallets. I am my own bank. But I have to report it. Here in the States, have been mindful of that for years now because none of us really want to truly pay penalties or even worse, go to jail for tax fraud. So I think if you are mindful and you're not trying to skirt the system and laws, this seems like a very natural progression.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, it's not exciting. It's not sexy. In fact, it's simple. And what we need is simple.
Right.
Because the 95 still don't get it. You said it yourself. They know more about Doge, mostly probably because of Saturday Night Live. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's all right. They'll get it eventually, but at that point it'll be too late.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Gotta get in.
Gotta get in. Gotta get in. And hodl. Hodl for dear life. There we go. Boom. All right, Brawnz, what do you say? feel like we've been talking nothing about doom and gloom a little bit there with the markets the way they are, but I am
Yeah,
thankful to see that we have folks like, companies like MasterCard really getting into and staying involved in the crypto space.
right. Yes.
That's encouraging. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about weird inventions. Now, Brawnz collected 3. I got 3, and put them up here. Let me pull this up here. Let me know that you see this. I been having problems with creating PowerPoint presentations as of late because we like to embed videos. Video is king, and man, I don't know, just doesn't seem to want to play right on this platform. So I put together just a straight up video, and we'll just pause it in between. Now, let me see if I can pull this up. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
weird inventions. And let me know that you hear the background sound on this,
I heard a
Brawnz.
little
We're
bit of it,
experimenting
yeah.
on you guys out there in internet land, wherever you may be. Does it sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's this first one that we got here? I thought I said stripper.
Yes,
It's not a stripper.
It's
It's a stirrer.
Yeah, hands-free automatic stirrer.
You know what's funny about this, Brawnz?
Yeah.
I got one of those downstairs.
You do? Oh,
I swear. It's not as
You're
high
good.
tech as you may think. But let's pull up
Yeah.
the video that Brawnz put up here.
Yeah,
This
this is for the
thing-
people that has arthritis or just too lazy.
Yeah, I was thinking more lazy. Yeah, you put this thing together. It's got some batteries. Put the batteries in,
There you
and you
go.
press the button. Put your stuff in the pot. Press the button. And this
There you
thing
go.
twirls
It
around.
looks kind of almost creepy. it looks
Yeah,
kinda
you would
slow.
think so. What causes it to turn around like that? The damn thing vibrates like a dildo.
Yeah.
Not that I know what that is. I saw this on the internet somewhere once.
Yeah.
But this thing just sits
So it
there
does
and
that.
vibrates, and it
Oh.
causes it to move around based off
Move
its little
around.
feet.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. Forget about the days of having to stir. You now have a way.
Okay.
to-
So since now you own one, what's the verdict? Is this robust? I mean, is it doing what it's supposed to do?
I mean, is it doing what it's supposed to do?
Does it make
I
a
can
loud
tell you,
noise, vibration?
I gave it to my wife as a joke Christmas present because we do that, and
Dang, that's so messed up.
well, I mean, it wasn't that what I didn't get a vacuum or something. Here, honey, clean. No, God, no, she'd kill me. But no, with this thing, it just, I don't know. It's just easier getting a spoon. I don't know about you guys, but I got a whole bunch of wooden spoons right next to the stove. I just reach and grab. I got to bring this thing out. Got to make sure that it's connected properly. Put it in there, and then I got to sit there and watch it.
You gotta watch
You don't
it.
wanna
I mean, I
sit in
thought
there.
that was the whole purpose. Is just just set it and forget it.
Set it, forget it. Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of lame. I'd just say stick with a good old spoon. Don't spend the
Yeah, there you go.
$25-$30 on a damn thing plus batteries, and get yourself a nice set of bamboo spoons and or sporks, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, sports is one of the greatest inventions.
Oh, there's no
Underrated.
question. No
Underrated.
question.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What do we got here? We got
Yeah, air-conditioned
Air-conditioned
shoes.
shoes.
If your feet's
Yeah.
feeling hot, you might consider getting one of these.
you got some sweaty, toasty piggies, little piggies under
Yeah.
those socks. I
Yes.
feel like this could be a good invention. Could be
Yeah.
if it's done right. Let's take a look
There
at
you
this.
Japanese company Hydrotech have come out with a product they say avoids the issue altogether. So what is it exactly? Why, air-conditioned shoes, of course! This wacky footwear is designed with the vaguely named new filter technology installed in them to remove heat and humidity, keeping your tootsies fresh and clean. Okay, sounds strange, but potentially quite comfy, right? Well, it turns out that new filter technology is just a jargonistic way of saying the shoes have holes in them. Yep, and those spiderweb-looking things on the soles are little more than fancy holes, which renders these shoes utterly useless.
Oh. Yeah, and I think the question is, right, useless, because what if it rains or snows?
Yeah,
you got soggy feet. So
looking at those shoes actually reminded me of Maxwell Smart. I don't know. I mean, I forgot the millennial. No, not even the millennials. I forgot what generation that I am in. You are in. But anyways, remember like his phone, it was his shoe phone. Maxwell Smart. Come on, don't leave me hanging.
No. Wait, what are we talking about? Are you talking about that old school TV show back in the day? Oh man, you're not that much older than me. I feel like.
I mean, those shoes, those metal shoes.
I never really got into it, and to be fair, we were talking about this at work the other day. There's so many TV shows back in the 80s, if not early 80s, 70s,
60s.
There's so many that just went away, right? Yeah, a lot of the folks know like Airwolf, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Maybe. Do you? Yeah.
Did we have this best TV show, 80s TV show?
No, but we should, damn it.
Yes.
We're going to do that. Next time, I think we'll do, what do we got coming up? We're going to talk about airdrops, and then, that'll be the next one. And then maybe what we do is 80s TV shows. Love it. All right, Brawnz, what's your third here?
Yeah, if the previous one wasn't dumb, this is the most silliest invention ever. Silent karaoke machine.
Could be.
Welcome to VAT19 Rejects, the show where we dumpster dive through the internet's weirdest product. This is the silent karaoke microphone.
You would sing into the funnel, and your sound will go through this tube directly into your ear. So you can karaoke supposedly silently.
If you're on the go
in
and
the
you
subway,
need to karaoke.
wherever.
All right, so Eric's gonna sing, he's gonna belt out a song, and you and I will not be able to hear him because it's a silent karaoke microphone. Right. So like, I'm on the subway, I'm like, oh, I gotta go karaoke. I get this device out, and everybody's like, oh no, that guy's got a karaoke real bad. It's very loud in my ear. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I would say you were 30% quieter. So I would say it's a muffled karaoke mic rather than a silent.
The most shocking thing about this product, $57. $57?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Man, that's basically a $2. I mean,
I feel like that's a damn ripoff.
Oh heck! I mean, it's made out of rubber and silicone. Looks like it. So
silicone. It didn't even. Like I understand maybe if you wanted to hear it, you wanted to get it really good, and you didn't want to spend, I don't know, $10 on a set of headphones, and you wanted to spend some quality. Look like a damn funnel that you use for drinking. What do they call those? Like a beer funnel?
There you go.
Maybe it's multi-purpose. Maybe it's a beer funnel. Let me pull that thing back up.
Yeah.
This thing is a beer funnel / beer silent karaoke. Man, no, I don't know. Can't really get beer through there. Maybe you could get a shot or something.
Stethoscope.
Yeah. I don't know. And you all, by the way, you also do not look awesome doing it. Yeah, this guy. Oh man. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and take a snapshot of that. Send it to this guy.
That's what I was gonna say. That was a good shot right there.
Yeah.
Good pause.
So $57. What do you say, Brawnz? You gonna be getting one of these or what?
No.
Yeah, I don't think any one of us would. My lord. All right, let's take a look at this. This is Cyclone Surfer. This thing is massive, by the way.
Right.
Take a look at this thing. If you want to go ahead and learn to surf.
A huge bowl spins at a speed of 10 miles per hour and generates waves that imitate the ones you'd find in the ocean.
Kind That looks kind of
Yeah, that's kind of
dangerous, don't you
cool.
think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, it looks cool, I guess. It's definitely weird. I guess maybe you're doing this because of space.
yeah. I'm trying to see what the walls are made out of. It's like
I would imagine this is
plexiglass or
smooth. It has to be
yeah,
smooth.
looks
It can't
see-through.
be. It can't be bladed. Can't that those cannot possibly be blades because this would just
Yeah.
be deadly. Though to be fair, I haven't seen one of these things out there. Maybe this thing was just one of those failed products after
would
it
say.
mutilated a few folks.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a big toilet bowl flushing.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's how it gets its. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, he fell. He looked like all right, but I feel like you don't really learn anything because you're holding on to like the
Well,
yellow rope. It's like you're not really.
maybe
learning
it's
anything.
I don't know. Maybe it's a leg trader. Maybe I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
like that.
Waste.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird
Why don't you
invention.
just go out in the ocean? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're in Ohio and you're landlocked. Maybe that's why they have these.
We had.
We head. All right. So this one's strange. This reminds me of a few sci-fi TV shows from the late 90s here. Let's take a look at this thing. It's just bizarre.
You might think that this device belongs in an episode of Black Mirror, but it's actually a real invention. Meet WeHead, a revolutionary gadget that brings a presence effect to your video calls.
That is so creepy.
Yeah. You don't need to look at a screen. You need to have 3 screens, which look like almost smartphones.
That's what it probably is.
Yeah, at least on the sides, right? I feel
Why?
like
Why
it's
does?
definitely.
Yeah. Why does it have to look like a T? Why can't it be just
Well,
like a flat screen and then have the?
Well,
Yeah.
here's probably why. Because if you take a look here by the nose and then come on down, you have a phone. And then you have a sideways phone up top. This thing looks like they've taken 4 phones, 1, 2, 3, 4, one on each side, 2 up front, turn the top one sideways.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's it. Is.
Yeah.
It looks really creepy. I mean, the movement of that and like how does it? How does
How
it
much do you think
sense
one
your
of these
movement?
how much do you think one of these costs?
I would say 400.
No, think higher.
1,200.
A little bit higher.
Oh come on. I don't even want to think about that anymore.
All right.
That's almost,
Try call it 5,000.
get out of here.
Now, what's interesting is you can actually go to this website and check these guys out. You can actually rent this for $199 a month for a minimum of 3 months. So you want to go ahead and check this out. You could do it. Let me see if I can find it here. I want to say it is. Let me pull it up. I'm going to just share their website here because I didn't even think that this was real. I thought that this was a gag.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up here. WeHead.com. Yeah.
The GPT edition, huh?
Introducing GPT.
Wow.
Experience AI. So I don't know if it integrates with some face. And
that'll be next level. I think this will be next level if they yeah, I mean if you had that conversational with GPT.
let's see. We got some time. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's like 3
Thought partner. What's a thought partner? Sure. Let's do thought partner and we'll continue here. And you don't see any of that, right? You don't see my credentials.
No.
Good.
Are we doing a test? Okay. This will be
Yeah. Why not? Let's
live.
see. Live. Start experience.
I don't know if it needs to hear you.
Oh.
You need to type it out.
Hi, John. I'm WeHead, a friendly AI-powered device here to chat and interact with you. It's great to
Hear
meet
that?
you.
How does he know your name already? You just clicked on him. That's creepy.
I'm WeHead, a tech device designed for engaging conversations.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm called WeHead. I'm here to assist and chat with you.
What makes you awesome? Can you hear that, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm awesome because I enable natural face-to-face conversations with an AI. And yes, I can hear you clearly. Great. So would you like to know more about WeHead and what it can do?
No, but can you tell me more about Abraham Lincoln?
I can share about WeHead first. Then we can discuss Abraham Lincoln. WeHead is
look
an
at
AI
this guy.
device
He's a
for
salesman
engaging
for real.
lifelike interactions. Interested in joining the beta testing? If you have more questions or want to learn about WeHead, just let me know.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the white version. I want the black version. Oh, I was hoping it came with an afro or something, but clearly that didn't change either. Well, all right, fine. White version it is. Stuck with this blue-eyed
He looks
guy.
like Magneto.
You do look like Magneto. He's
I
still
understand
thinking.
your preference. While the physical aspect is currently fixed, you can still explore different characters. Would you like to join the beta testing now? Interesting comparison. Magneto has a strong presence. If you're curious, we can talk more about WeHead.
Yeah, I'm not curious. We're moving along. All right. Well, I'm glad we had fun with that. Let's wrap this up. Got to check it out, I guess. What was that? WeHead.com. Actually didn't seem all that bad. Maybe I'll play around with that later. So,
There's
all right.
potential there, right? There's some potential. Drone
There's
phone, yeah.
Potential. I feel like I want them to look like though is Max Headroom. So if I can have that happen, and if I can have them sound like Max Headroom, then I may be interested. With WeHead. All right. Last one, drone phone. Let's check this one out. Now, this one is more of an accessory than anything else.
What can you do when your hands are full but you need to answer a call or capture an important moment? You can use this smartphone case that transforms your device into a drone. Moreover, a smartphone floating in the air looks eye-catching, don't you agree?
This is a concept.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about this.
I'll have to look. I haven't seen drone phones around anywhere. I haven't heard anybody talk about drone phones.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is one of those things we'll have to come up and invent if no one else does.
Yeah. For a couple of years, I've been wanting to have a small drone, like a selfie drone, because people are into selfies and.
Really, I'll just let you borrow one of the dozen that I have if you really want to just play around with it.
You got a selfie drone?
Man, I got drones all over the place. I got 2 little boys. What are you talking about? Third one on the way. Third boy on the way. So maybe we'll have more drones. I don't know. I got to stop making drones. That's the problem, I think. Yeah, there it is. Anyways,
there you go.
Well, Brawnz, any last words for these fine folks out there?
I'm man, just it's September. Historically, it's a slow month in the space, but the way I look at it, it's a good time to buy if you're into investing. Do your own research.
Yeah, absolutely. There it is. Well said. And with just like the weird inventions that we saw today, some of these make sense, some of them don't. Similar to some of the projects out there. Make sure you're doing your own research. Make sure that you're sticking with something that actually makes sense, and just don't invest your money in something that is a little bit questionable. That's all I got to say here, folks. Brawnz, thank you for joining tonight. Guys out there, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you as always. We'll be right back.